So the Tennessee Volunteers just got a massive commitment from five-star quarterback in the 2023 class, Nico Iamaleava out of California. We need to talk about why this is such a big deal and what this could mean as the Tennessee Volunteers look to turn around their future. Before we do, as always, y'all know the drill. I want to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes, N for no. Are you surprised that Nico committed to Tennessee? And let me know what you're thinking about all of this. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed the content, like and comment down below. Those interactions are absolutely massive. But with all that being said, let's hop right into this and excuse the sunburn. I was out at the Dallas Pylon 7-on-7 this weekend. A lot of top playmakers there. A whole lot to be excited about for a few different institutions, but we're going to talk about that at a later date. Because right now, we've got to get into the impact of Nico Iamaleava for the Tennessee Volunteers, and this was a unique recruiting process. One that saw Nico being courted by the likes of Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, Miami, and Oregon, and ultimately it's Tennessee that wins the battle. And this was one that we had to watch, because Nico, being a West Coast kid, was always going to be a major priority for Dan Lanning and the Oregon Ducks, as Dan Lanning looks to start his career off as the Oregon head coach with a bang. Nico would have been that bang that would have gotten the fan base absolutely excited. But now, he's that bang for the Tennessee Volunteers. And this is something that could change the fortunes for the Tennessee Volunteers. And look, and in no way am I saying this makes Tennessee a college football playoff contender. That's not at all my contention, but my contention here is that Nico is an incredibly talented player, a top 10 player in the nation, and depending on where you look, he's even top 5 in some recruiting services, but all have agreed. He's one of the best players in all of football, and he brings a lot to the table. He's got an incredibly strong arm. He's a dual threat kid, very athletic, and he's the type of quarterback that other people are going to want to play alongside. And so if he is able to give this class for Tennessee a spark, then his impact will be far greater than just what he brings to the football field, although that's going to be ultimately the most important as to what it means to turn Tennessee around. But his impact can be felt in recruiting, and we've talked about this extensively. We've talked about this with Alabama. We've talked about this with Oklahoma, with Texas. You name it, we've had the conversation most recently with USC. When you get in a top-level quarterback, such as Nico, such as a Malachi Nelson for USC, it's infectious, and we can see that almost instantly. And so I am very curious as to what this is going to mean for Tennessee's class, because it wouldn't surprise me at all for this to pique the interest of several top playmakers across the nation that would like to play with Nico. Now, ultimately, the most important thing in all of this is going to be the translation and what it means for Tennessee's future. And as I said, this could be major for Tennessee's future, and a big reason for that is the spark it will give Tennessee's recruiting, or at least in theory, could give Tennessee's recruiting. Because if they're able to start surrounding themselves with pieces, they could put themselves in a much better situation. Tennessee is a team that has had some down years here recently, but this is a major addition, and one of the top players in the nation, one of the top quarterbacks in the nation. This is the type of addition that can get you started in trying to put something together that can lead itself to success, which is why I said almost instantly after I said this is big for Tennessee and their hopes to turn it around. I'm not saying this makes Tennessee a college football playoff contender. A lot of work needs to be done between now and that point. What I am saying is if you're building a house and you need to do so brick by brick, this is a fantastic brick and one that you would love to start with. I mean, every team in the nation would have loved to have gotten this kid, and that's why those 5 schools that were ultimately involved in Miami, Oregon, Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee, it was such a big deal. Every school wanted him, and ultimately it's Tennessee that's able to pull him out of the West Coast. But I'm very interested in hearing from all of you. Hop down to the comments, let me know. That's it. See ya.